Greg.
I'm up. I'm gonna be 4 o'clock already. I feel like I just walked in here.
You did. It's 5 minutes to 2.
Oh.
Oh, come on, Greg. Come on.
Yeah, I've been on duty for 14 hours straight.
Yeah, I know, but there's a critical backup in the emergency ward. The treatment rooms are full. There's a gang fight downtown, and all the police have called, and they're bringing somebody up from the festival.
Festival?
The music thing in Prentice Park.
Well, those aren't kids. It's very sober, classical stuff. Brahms, Schubert.
Well, he didn't say anything about kids. The call was garbled. They didn't say who or what or how many, just that it's serious.
I thought we had a medical tent set up at the park. Aren't Sam and Cal out there with Dr. Phillips?
Yeah.
They couldn't handle it?
Apparently not.
Gonna have to have a talk with those lads.
Ah.
Good, let's get started.
What happened?
Chills, delirium, very high fever. Came on all at once. And it's a bad one.
Go! I gotta go home! Let me go! I wanna go home! Bobby! Bobby, let me go! Let me out of here! I gotta go home! I gotta go home, Bobby! I gotta go home! Help me! Help me! Let me go! Go home! Go home! Go home! Help! Let go! Help! Help me! Help!
You're all right.
I just heard. Cal, what happened?
I don't know. He was thirsty all morning. Dr. Phillips asked me to take his temperature. He was a little feverish, but nothing to worry about. At 1:30, he got a chill. A bad one. He was shaking and delirious. 10 minutes later, the fever was back, and he collapsed.
Okay, what have we got? Sam.
105 axillary.
BP.
70/30.
Pulse.
140.
Hypothermia blanket, fans, stat. I want him cultured stem to stern. Draw me some electrolytes.
Yes.
How long's this sweating been going on?
Severe, half an hour.
IV, potassium chloride, sodium bicarbonate.
All right, gangway. When they roll him on his side, you place the mat under him.
Okay.
Make sure he's completely covered.
Okay, hold it.
All right, move. Is there an outlet on the wall over there? All right, here we go. Be careful.
Put a gurney on.
He hasn't been out of the country the last few months, has he?
No.
Any history of malaria, skin infection?
Not that we know of.
Were either of you with him when the fever hit?
I was.
Did he complain of muscle ache, stiff neck, sore throat, anything like that?
Nothing. He was just thirsty all morning.
Violinist or a dissolute gin rummy player?
Go on, Davy, practice. Later on, we'll get rid of these two characters, and I'll teach you how to deal from the bottom of the deck. You know, that's quite a boy you've adopted.
That's no boy. That's a genius.
Wahlberg, when your concert stage, he's a genius. In my backyard, he's a boy.
Did Gus tell you how we found him?
Well, he did mention something about Beirut.
Well, we were on this shopping trip. You know, we were buying rugs. And we were passing by this orphanage. And we heard, coming from the back, we heard this music. And it was incredible.
Fantastic. This is the best way to launch him, I think. The festival. You know, it's lucky I thought of putting one on.
You thought of it.
It's quite a change from 3 years ago, huh?
It sure is.
I remember seeing him, you know, sitting in the window, in that big bay window in Zurich, and just just washing the snow. It was right after the stroke. I would say to him, Gus, I mean, it isn't the end of the world that you can't play the fiddle anymore. And but he wouldn't answer. He would just keep washing the snow. Sometimes he was even crying. And then bang! Here comes Goldstone. Crabby, irreverent, and furious, demanding that we show him around on his European vacation, having no sympathy for this poor old cripple.
Well, Jenny, all he needed was somebody to fight with. Where there's conflict, there's hope.
There's more than hope now. There's a sense of accomplishment. There's David and festival, and as you're doing too.
Oh, come off it, will you?
A very important, Goldstone. He needs success.
Doctor?
Yeah?
Who are you?
Excuse me. Thanks, Davy. Hello?
Oh, just a minute, Doctor. Dr. Grant.
Peter. Grant.
Oh, Larry, what's up?
I'm not sure. We've got a strange one. One of the interns was admitted a while ago with shock, high fever. I presume it's a bacterial infection of some kind, but I can't pinpoint it.
Which intern?
Dr. Marsh.
Oh, what's the white count?
15,000.
Wow.
We brought the fever down to 102, but he's still disoriented. I've got him on electrolytes and oxygen. There's no record of any past infections in this file. No allergies. We found some kind of inflammation in his lower abdomen. I don't know what that is yet either.
What was his last duty, the isolation ward?
No, he's been with Dick Phelps the past couple days out at Prentice Park, the music festival. All we'd need is to have something communicable get started out there.
Yeah, no. All right, I'm coming in. Before I do, cover every base. Chest, abdominal x-rays, EKG, lumbar puncture, the whole thing.
Right.
Has his wife been notified?
We were just about to call her.
All right, do that. Tell her I'll pick her up. Thanks, Larry.
Fever? Something wrong?
Yeah, one of my interns showed up with a high fever, Dr.Marsh.
Sam? I know Sam. He was on duty as our medical tent. I was homesick. He talked to me, then we drove all over town. We didn't get back until almost time for the first concert. Do you remember?
I remember I was ready to ship you back to Beirut.
You haven't been feeling feverish, have you, David?
Me? No.
Feverish? What do you mean?
Don't panic. We'll just keep an eye on him. I'll call you later. Goodbye, David.
Come on.
I'm going to get a cup of coffee. I'll be back in 5 minutes to take over.
Room 665.
665. Come on. Get the gloves. Damn it, Sam. Breathe.
Couple of complications. I'll be right back.
No. Please don't talk to me about complications. I'm a doctor's wife. I know all about complications. Is Sam dead?
No, Sam isn't dead.
If he were dead, you would tell me. You wouldn't just let me stand here.
This is the old man talking. Don't you trust me anymore? All right, Bobby, stay right here. I'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Outside call. Dr. Hines, outside call.
His wife's in the lobby. Fill me in.
He started hemorrhaging in the lung area about 20 minutes ago.
He was cyanotic prior to that.
What about the lab reports?
No, there's nothing of a bacteriological analysis yet. EKG shows a sinus tachycardia. That's it.
Lumbar puncture?
Oh, nothing evident.
Everything's fine with the patient.
Will he make it?
Well, his heart's strong. Good history. I suppose he's got a chance. Where'd you say his parents were?
Fort Wayne.
Maybe you better notify him. Just in case.
Dr. Grant, I was talking to the infectious disease consultant. He said that you and he and the chief of neurology were having a brainstorm session.
We thought of everything from lead poisoning to cholera. Nothing fits this fever.
What's taking the lab so long, Larry?
Well, that's my fault again. I wanted to get the fever down before any permanent brain damage set in. So I hit him with every antibiotic in the book. The lab says I've tied their hands, but he could have died while we were waiting for those cultures to grow.
And by the way, they want more samples.
Tell them to hold their horses. We'll reculture when it's feasible. Right now, I want to talk to Dr. Phillips. Is he still at the park?
Oh, yes, sir.
You come with me.
Oh, Pete.
Yeah?
You want me to notify the city health people? Or do you want to do that? They'll probably want to close the park now.
And stop the festival.
Can't risk an epidemic.
No, we can't. I'll have somebody meet me out there at the medical tent.
Right.
And I want to hear from you as soon as you get a firm return on that culture.
Yes, sir.
That wasn't so bad, was it?
Yeah. Then quit running down hills and walk once in a while. Walk! Oh, Julian!
Well, at least he didn't hurt himself this time.
Thank goodness for that, madam.
Well, welcome to Never Neverland, Pete.
Richard?
This Jack Kendrick, City Health Officer.
All right, Jack. Oh, this is Dr. Barrett.
Doctor? Count? Anything firm from the lab?
I'm still working.
We know a million things that isn't.
I understand you were on this duty with Dr. Marsh.
Yes, I was, sir.
I suppose you've run the usual tests with Dr. Barron?
Yeah, there's no problems. Oh, and by the way, Dick, we want to see you, too.
Of course, the park closes at 1:30 this morning. I could drop by my way home, maybe 2:15.
I think you better take the test now, Dick.
We can't keep the tent open unless there's a licensed MD here.
Close the tent.
Close the festival, too?
That's what I mean.
I don't challenge your right to this. I'll back you to the hilt if you think it's a safe thing to do, but we can't assume that Dr. Marsh picked the bug up out here, can we?
Can we assume he didn't?
Well, if he did, he must have picked it up from another person. Any other fevers reported?
No. It doesn't seem to be contagious. We worked with him cheek by jowl for 2 days.
I understand all that.
Jack, let's give the promoter a break. Let's keep everything open until I get a definite lab report.
Well, how long is that going to take? I can't wait indefinitely, Peter.
I'll find out right now.
Oh, no. Hey, are you sure about this? I mean, it couldn't be a mistake.
No, I'm sure. I told them to sterilize the emergency unit they used and burn its clothes. Lab, Dr. Abrams.
Hey, this is Goldstone. How much longer do we have to wait for the Marsh reports?
Just finished.
Good.
Not good.
What's the matter, Ed? What have we got? Pneumonia streptococcus?
It's not a coccus bacteria. It's a bacillus. Bacillus pasturella pestis.
Oh, Abe.
Already notified the emergency unit. The CD there. They've got Sam Marsh in complete isolation.
Thanks very much.
Doctor, what is it?
Do we close the park?
You close the park, you burn the tent, you fumigate the whole area. Marsh has got pneumonic plague.
understand? What if he never gets better? What if he dies and I haven't had a chance to say goodbye?
He isn't going to die, Bobby. Everything that can possibly be done...
Oh, will you stop? Everything that can possibly be done, and he's getting worse. What's the matter with everybody? You're his friends. Why can't you help him?
Hey.
Oh, Fred, I'm sorry.
For what, honey? Being human?
I don't know why I'm so mad. I don't know who I'm mad at.
At everybody. Sam, putting you through this.
It's not fair.
Fair? Fair has nothing to do with it. We're talking about being scared.
He would have been all right if he hadn't taken that park assignment.
Now, babe, we don't know that he got it there.
And I could have talked him out of it. He was so tired.
Oh, Bobby, listen.
Sometimes I think we must be insane or something. We never see each other anymore. I work all day. Sam works night and day. Lydia, did you ever make bargains when you were a little girl?
With who, honey?
I don't know. God, fate, luck, whatever.
Yeah. I still make them.
So do I. I just made another. If we get through this, if Sam lives, things are going to be very different. I mean it.
Different? How different?
Sam still gets offers from schools and camps. Well, you know how good he is with kids. It would be twice the money for half the work. He wants to write. This would be the perfect chance. It would give him time.
Bobby, Sam's a doctor.
I'll tell you something, Pooch. I don't want a dead doctor. I want Sam.
Doctor, all the news services have been calling in. There's a rumor that bubonic plague's broken out in Prentice Park.
All right. I know. Reporters.
We'll probably have to make some statement.
Phillips is riding back of me. Make sure he gets his shot. You had yours?
Yes, sir.
Baron, you get yours. I'll join you in a few minutes.
Oh, Sam. He's holding his arm.
At approximately 2 o'clock this afternoon, an intern on the staff of this hospital, Dr. Samuel Marsh, was found to have an unexplained and dangerous disease. Since been diagnosed as the plague. First, we thought it was bubonic plague, but it affected the lungs, and now it's pneumonic plague.
Pneumonic?
Pneumonic. It's a bacterial disease and quite rare.
How rare, Doctor?
Well, there's some wild rodents on the Pacific coast that carry it, but the pneumonic variety, I'm sure, was brought in.
How is it spread? By rats?
Oh, rat fleas, and then person to person. Droplet infection, coughing, sneezing, and the like.
How many other cases have been reported so far, sir?
None. I want to make myself very clear here. This is not an epidemic. Dr. Marsh was in the hospital before the disease spread to the most contagious stage. Now, I'd suggest a series of antibiotic shots for anybody who's been in contact with Dr. Marsh for the past 2 or 3 days. And also shots for those that have visited the medical tent at the Prentice Park Music Festival. And I would also...
Doctor, I understand the city health department closed the music festival.
Yes.
On your recommendation?
Yes.
Oh, wouldn't that be a big loss to the...
I'm very busy. I have a lot of work to do.
Doctor, just one more question.
No more questions. Excuse me, please.
Thank you, Doctor.
Come in, Gus. I tried to call you at the house. Apparently you'd already left.
The park gates were closed.
There was nothing else we could do.
Then you know for a fact that that is where he picked up the fever?
Not for a fact, but we couldn't take the chance, Gus.
Of course not. So, tell me this. Are you going to burn down his house now? Are you going to close the interns' lounge? Are you going to...
Gus, will you please try and understand the plague is spread by rat fleas? And there are rats in Prentice Park. It's probably the source of trouble, and that was our only consideration.
You are aware of the financial arrangements I had to make? The loans? The commitments I still have to meet? The subscription advance I have to put back? This is the end for me, Pete.
Was your stroke the end?
A man with a stroke can still stroll leisurely ahead. But he can't climb mountains. Goodbye, Peter.
Skullstone, wait a minute. Gus, I want you and Dave and Jenny to come down here and start a series of... Goldstone. What series? Oh, mine. All right, I'll be right there.
Cal, they want to see in the lab again. Thanks.
Have you started your series yet?
Oh, yes, sir.
And you?
Yes, sir, we all have. All of us.
Doctor, there's a telephone call for you.
Thank you.
Mrs. Marsh, I think you'd better go now.
No, please.
I really think it would be best.
Leave her alone.
But, Doctor...
Leave her alone. She can stay as long as she wants. Don't stop.
Pete, help! Pete, help me!
Now, calm down. Come on, calm down, Jenny. What's wrong? Is Davy all right?
I don't know. I can't find him any place, but they are calling about Gus.
What's wrong with Gus?
He's taking sleeping pills, the whole bottle. I think he's dead.
Have you got the bottle? Gastric lavage right now.
Didn't say anything. Except that the festival was over and that he wanted me and David to come down here. Some sort of inoculation. I asked him if he wanted his dinner and he said no, and he shook his head and he just went into the bedroom and I thought he wanted to take a nap, so I closed the door.
Was Davy still there at the time?
Yes. I don't think that he noticed anything because he was practicing all the time. I don't know, but somehow, see, he had gotten into his head that it was his fault that the festival was failing. I told him, David, I said, no, you don't have anything to do with it, nothing. But he said, yes, I am no good, and I told you so, and I warned you, and now you have brought me all the way to America, and now the festival has failed, and everything is failing. Oh, God, Pete, where do you think he could be?
No, Jenny, you stop this. The police have his description, his photograph. They're combing the neighborhood. He won't get very far.
Thought maybe he'd gone back to the park, but then that's closed too, no?
Yes, it's closed.
Doesn't know anybody but us.
And Sam.
Sam?
When I got that phone call from the hospital this afternoon, Davy told me he and Sam drove all over town the day before yesterday. Do you remember?
Yeah. Yes, I remember.
Well, Davy said he was homesick, so Sam must have taken him someplace. They almost missed the first concert. Now, where did they go, Jenny?
Oh. Maybe they went to a Lebanese restaurant.
Come in.
Excuse me, Dr. Goldstone. I just wanted to tell Mrs. Wilberg that her husband's resting comfortably now. Thank you, may I?
Go ahead, Jenny, please. Marsh chart, please. Thank you.
Any change, Doctor?
His temperature stabilized, 99 for the past 2 hours.
Well, he's still disoriented, but there doesn't seem to be any brain damage.
You were in there?
Yes, sir, with the neurologist. Sam will open his eyes on a verbal cue. He knows he's in a hospital, but he can't remember what city it's in.
Let me know as soon as he can be questioned.
Yes.
Well, the worst is over. I think we're going to be all right now. Oh, this is the truth. I don't believe in sugarcoating, and you know that. Bobby, did Sam mention a boy by the name of David Wahlberg to you?
Yes, a violinist.
Yeah, he drove him around the city the day the festival opened.
Yes.
Do you know where they went?
No, I don't think so. Is it important?
Well, the boy ran away. He was very homesick, and I thought maybe he went back to the place that Sam took him.
Homesick for where?
The Middle East, Lebanon.
Are you trying to say that Sam might have picked up this fever from the boy?
It's a possibility.
Well, why hasn't the boy gotten it?
Maybe he has. Or maybe he will get it unless we find him.
Checked out about a couple hours ago, kid.
Are you sure?
Yeah, dead sure.
Well, thank you.
Okay, see you around. Sorry. How do you feel, Gus?
Numb. Nauseated.
Not ashamed?
Of what? Failing?
For crawling like a baby when you should have been walking like a man. You realize what you've put your wife through, your son, your friends?
I wasn't concerned with them. I was concerned with me.
That's it, right on the nose, because that's what suicide is, self-concern. The last temper tantrum. Now, let me tell you another thing, Gus. Nobody pities a suicide, and I don't pity you right now.
I lost everything.
What did you have when you were born?
That's different.
You can bet it's different. Because now you've got background, taste, experience. You know music, you have a family. Oh, sure, we've made mistakes. We've all made mistakes. You've been knocked down, but you survived it. And that's what it's all about, old buddy. To trip and fall down and get up and trip and fall down again, but you try and you keep trying. Now, why don't you try being a husband and a father and a friend, even if it hurts you? What does he know about David?
What about David?
Well, I didn't tell him anything because I didn't want to worry him.
David's run away. Away? Now, where do you suppose he learned that? Who do you think taught him that was the solution to the first tough problem he was going to run into?
All right. You've made your point.
We feel that Dr. Marsh has introduced him to some Lebanese friends. The questions, who are they, where are they, do you know?
He talked about a cook, Ishara, and a boy named Kahil.
Where did you meet them?
I was worried about the festival. I wasn't listening.
All right. Take it easy.
Doctor?
Yep.
Sam's back.
All right, I'll be right there. Now lie back.
Let me help.
Lie back. Well, Doctor, how do you feel? They tell you what you have? Boy, when you get a fever, you don't mess around, do you? Look, I know that every inch of your body must ache. I'm going to have to ask you some questions, okay? Now, we've got to find out where this whole thing started. Now, we know that you spent most of the past 2 days at the music festival. Where else did you go? Home. Anywhere else? You drove David Wahlberg around the city. You remember that? Where'd you take him? The Lebanese princess. What is that, a restaurant or something? SS, Lebanese princess. You gotta be in the San Pedro area. Thank you, Doctor. found him. He's downstairs. Started his test. Negative so far.
Can I see him?
In a few minutes.
And the rats, what will be done about them?
The city started their plan. They're quarantining the whole area.
And does that mean they will be opening Prentice Park again?
I imagine so. Why?
Oh, I was just thinking what a wonderful spot it would be for my new music festival.
This is kind of hard to hide. I certainly did.
Very good coach.
That's terrific.
Yeah, listen.
Coming down.
I'm here. Let's go. For he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow. The best boy can deny.
Let's get him over. Put him in the chair. Put his feet up.
Come on, put up his feet. Tell me, how does it feel to be alive and well and among your fellows again?
Little shaky.
Well, let me see here.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's his temperature?
101, 102. Nothing to worry about. You'll be all right.
He looks wonderful, doesn't he?
He looks beautiful.
You still think another career might be better for him?
Another career?
Well, yeah, but you remember you said...
Pooch, are you crazy? He's a doctor.
Goldstone says...
Not in my office, you go.